Welcome to Epic English Podcast in Context. This is episode 17.
It's great to be back.
Whether you're a returning listener or maybe you're joining us for the very first time, welcome. We're really happy to have you. I'm your host.
And I'm your expert.
Before we really get started with today's topic, please take just a second to like this episode and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out.
And leave a comment. We love to hear from you.
We do. Also, don't forget about the handout. It's so important for your learning.
You can find the link for it right in the description, or just scan the QR code that you see on the screen.
Inside that handout, you'll find everything you need. There's a pre-watching activity to get you started.
A while-watching activity to do as you listen, and an after-watching activity for practice.
Plus, and this is the best part, the full script is in there, so you can read along with us.
And the best way to study is with the EPIC method. So listen one time with just your ears.
Right, just to get the general idea.
Exactly. Then listen a second time, but use the handout and read the script. It makes a huge difference.
It really does. Okay, let's get down to it. Today, our goal is very clear. We are learning 5 natural ways to say, I'll get back to you in English.
And this might sound simple, but it's actually, a really important skill. I'd almost call it a survival skill.
It is. I mean, just imagine for a second, you're in a meeting at work, everyone's looking at you,
Okay.
and your boss asks you a direct question, and nothing. Your mind is just blank. You don't know the answer.
Oh, that's the worst feeling. Your heart starts beating so fast.
Yes. And the silence in the room just feels so heavy. In that moment, it feels like your reputation is on the line.
Well, it kind of is. If you just say, I don't know, you might sound unprepared. But if you lie, that's even worse.
So true. This is what we call the knowledge gap. It's that, that space between what people think you should know and what you actually know right now.
And how you handle that gap, how you bridge it, that shows people if you're trustworthy and responsible.
Exactly. So today isn't just about vocabulary. It's about, well, the art of buying time.
Yeah, buying time gracefully. It's about looking professional even when you need a minute to find an answer.
So we're going to look at 5 phrases. They go from pretty casual to very professional or corporate.
And they're tools to help you manage what people expect from you and to lower your own anxiety.
I like that. Okay, let's jump right in with the first expression. This one is really the foundation for all the others.
Expression number 1 is, I'll get back to you.
Simple, clear, to the point. I'll get back to you.
Now, let's talk about why this simple phrase is so powerful.
Okay.
Well, think about what happens if you don't say it. Someone asks you a question and you just say,
Yeah, or you just stay silent. It's awkward. It makes the other person feel stressed out.
It does, because they've asked a question. In their brain, a loop is now open. And it stays open until you close it with an answer.
Ah, the open loop idea. So our brains want a resolution. We need the loop to be closed.
Exactly. And I'll get back to you. Acts as a placeholder. It says, okay, I heard your question. I accept it. I promised to close this loop for you. Just a little later.
So it's a promise. That's the key word here, a promise.
It is. You're basically trading information for time. You're saying, I can't give you the info now, but I can give you my promise.
And what about the politeness level? Where can we use this?
It's very neutral. That's why it's so useful. It's safe to use with your boss, your teacher, your friends, almost any situation.
So it's best for when the request is pretty simple, but maybe the timing isn't right.
That's the perfect way to put it. You're busy, or you're driving, or you just need to look at your calendar.
Okay, let's do an example. Example A, this is for work or school.
Okay. Imagine you're a student and your professor sees you in the hallway. He says, hey, could you send me that essay file again?
But I'm walking to my next class. I don't have my computer with me. I can't do it right now.
Exactly. So you just say, of course. I'm on my way to class, but I'll get back to you with that file this afternoon.
That sounds good. It's helpful, but also sets a boundary. Okay, what about example B for daily life?
Let's say a friend sends you a text message. Hey, want to come to my party next Saturday?
And I'm not sure if I'm free. I don't want to say yes and then have to cancel later. That's not very nice.
And you probably don't want to say no right away, so you just text back. That sounds fun. I need to check my calendar. I'll get back to you.
It buys you a little time to think. Okay, let's try a quick role play. For this one, we're colleagues at work.
I am ready.
Hey, Do you have the address for that client meeting tomorrow?
Hmm, I don't have it on me right now. I'll get back to you in about 10 minutes as soon as I'm back at my desk.
Great, thanks a lot.
See? That was easy. I didn't have to say sorry or make an excuse. I just made a plan.
And it made you sound confident? You didn't sound confused. You just sounded, busy.
Right. Confidence is so important. Okay, let's do a more casual role play. We're friends.
Got it. Hey, do you think I could borrow your book this weekend? The one
Yeah.
you were telling me about?
Oh, yeah. I think my sister might have it right now. I'll get back to you on that later today.
Okay, no worries. Let me know.
So in that situation, I'll get back to you is just a polite way to buy some time. I need to check first.
Which brings us to a really important point, the common mistake.
And this is a huge one. The mistake is using this phrase when you have no plan to actually get back to them.
You mean using it as a polite way to say no or go away?
Exactly. Some people call it ghosting. You just disappear.
And that's so bad for trust.
It destroys it.
Hmm.
If you say, I'll get back to you, you are making a promise. If you break that promise, the other person feels disrespected. They won't trust you again.
So the most important rule is, if you say it, you have to do it.
100%. Okay, let's have our listeners practice. I just want you to get used to the sound of this phrase. I'll say it, then you repeat it in the pause. Ready? I'll get back to you.
Good.
Now, let's try it in a situation. Imagine your neighbor asks if you can take care of their cat next month. You aren't sure yet. Say the phrase. Great work. It feels good to have a useful phrase, doesn't it?
It does. Okay, it's time for our first mini quiz of the day.
All right, here's the scenario. Your friend asks if you're free for dinner on Friday, but you don't have your schedule with you.
So the question is, I'll get back to you, a good choice here.
Think about it and put your answer in the comments below. We'll read them and let you know what we think.
All right, let's build on that foundation. Time for our second expression.
This one is a little more active, a little more helpful. It's, let me check and I'll get back to you.
Let me check and I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so how is this really different from the first one?
It adds one very important thing, an action.
The action being, let me check.
Exactly. In situations where you're helping someone, like in customer service, people want to see that you're making an effort.
Oh, right. There's this idea called the labor illusion.
Yes. People value a service more when they can actually see the work being done.
So if I just say, I'll tell you later, it might sound a bit lazy.
It can. But if you say, let me check, the other person can picture you doing something. They see you looking at a computer or opening a book or walking to another room.
It makes you seem more proactive.
It does. It changes the message from a negative, I don't know, to a positive, I am finding out for you.
So what are the best situations for this one?
It's perfect for retail, customer service, or anytime you have information that the other person needs.
Let's do an example for work. Example A.
Imagine you work in a store. A customer comes up and asks, do you have this shirt in a medium?
And I probably don't have the entire store's inventory memorized.
Right. So you say, let me check the computer and I'll get back to you.
That's smart. You're showing them how you're going to find the answer.
And it's very professional. Okay, how about example B for daily life?
Let's say I'm a parent,
And your child asks, can I go to my friend's house after school?
and maybe I need to check my work schedule first.
So you say, that sounds fun. Let me check my schedule and I'll get back to you.
It gives you a reason for the delay. Okay, let's do a role play. First one is a service situation. I'm a customer in a shoe store.
Okay, I'm the employee.
Excuse me, do you have these boots in a size 9?
That's a good question. Let me check in the stockroom for you, and I'll get back to you in just a minute.
Thank you so much.
Now, that worked really well because I told you the action. I'm going to the stockroom. You can picture it.
You're right. It built my confidence that you were actually going to help me. Okay, role play 2. We're at home.
Okay.
Hey, is there any milk left from my coffee tomorrow morning?
I'm not sure. Let me go check the fridge and I'll get back to you.
Thanks.
You see, it's simple, but it shows I'm willing to get up and do the work to find the answer.
So what's the common mistake that people make with this one?
The mistake is cutting the sentence short.
What do you mean by that?
Some people just say, let me check, and then they pause or walk away.
That does sound a little abrupt, maybe even a bit rude.
It can. It feels incomplete. When you add, and I'll get back to you, You're completing the promise. You're saying two things. One, I will do the action, and two, I will bring the answer back to you.
Ah, so it closes that communication loop we talked about earlier.
Perfectly said. Always finish the thought.
Time for some listener practice. I want you to imagine you've lost your keys. Your friend asks where they are. You need to look in your bag.
So create a sentence using let me check and say it out loud.
Ah.
Did you say something like, let me check my bag and I'll get back to you? If you did, that's perfect.
Okay, mini quiz number 2 is ready.
Here's the scenario. A client asks you for a specific number from a big report, but you don't have the report open on your computer.
You definitely need to find it and look for the number.
The question is, which phrase shows you are taking action to find the number?
Let us know your answer in the comments.
All right, let's move on to expression number 3. Now we're getting a bit more professional.
This one is, I'll follow up with you by tomorrow.
Let's say it again. I'll follow up with you by tomorrow.
Yeah, this one feels more serious, more businesslike.
It is. This is a really powerful phrase in business communication.
Let's break it down. First, the phrase follow up. What does that mean?
Follow up is a phrasal verb. It means to continue a conversation or to check on something later. It tells the other person that this topic is not finished, it's just paused.
And the second part is even more important. By tomorrow.
Yes, the deadline. That is the magic ingredient.
Why is adding a deadline so important?
Because when things are uncertain, people feel anxious. If I just tell you I'll do it soon, what does soon mean?
Yeah, soon could mean in an hour for me, but it could mean next week for you.
Exactly. And that difference in expectation, that creates stress. The other person starts to wonder, did they forget? Should I remind them?
And then they send another email, which can be annoying.
Right. But when you give a specific time, like by tomorrow, or by 5 p.m., or by Friday, you remove all that anxiety. The other person knows exactly when to expect your answer. They can relax.
So you're not just managing information. You're managing the other person's feelings.
100%. A big part of being professional is managing expectations and reducing anxiety.
Let's do an example for work. Example A.
Your boss asks for a project update, but you're not finished with it.
Okay, I could panic. Or I could say, I'm still waiting for some data. I'll follow up with you by 3 p.m. with a full update.
Perfect. That's honest, but it's also very reliable. Now your boss knows she can stop thinking about it until 3 o'clock.
Okay, example B. This is for daily life, but maybe more for administrative things.
Yes, like when you're dealing with a bank or your phone company or maybe your landlord.
No, never fun.
Imagine your internet isn't working. You call a company, the agent says, okay, I see the problem.
But when will they fix it? That's what I want to know.
Exactly. A good agent will say, I need to send this to our technical team. I will follow up with you by the end of the day with an update.
That makes me feel much better. Now I have a timeline.
Let's try a role play. This one is in an office. We're discussing a project deadline.
Okay. We really need those final numbers for the presentation on Friday.
I know. I've asked the finance department for them. I will follow up with you by tomorrow morning.
Okay, tomorrow morning works. That still gives us time.
So because I gave a clear time, you could decide if that was okay or not. We could negotiate.
Good point. Okay, role play 2. You're a mechanic, and I've brought my car in.
All right.
So when will you know what's wrong with my car?
Well, I need to run some diagnostic tests first. I will follow up with you by noon with an update and a cost estimate.
Okay, great. I'll wait for your call then.
This one is great because it puts me in control of the communication. I'm telling you, don't call me every hour. I will call you at noon.
Right. It sets a clear boundary. So what's the common mistake here?
The mistake is being vague, using those fuzzy words like soon or later or in a bit.
I'll follow up with you shortly.
It sounds polite, but it's not helpful. It's a trap. Always try to give a specific time. By the end of the day is much better than later.
Practice time for our listeners. I want you to repeat the phrase, but change tomorrow to Friday. Say it with confidence.
I'll follow up with you by Friday.
Hmm.
Good. You sound very reliable.
All right, time for mini quiz number 3.
Scenario time. You are writing a very important email to your manager. You want to sound organized and professional. You need a bit of time to find some information.
And you know better than to just write, I'll tell you later.
So the question is, why is "I'll follow up with you by time," a much better and safer choice for your reputation.
Think about what we said about anxiety and trust. Put your answer in the comments.
Okay, moving on to our fourth expression. This one is for when you need to be a detective.
I'll look into it and let you know.
Yes, I'll look into it and let you know.
This one feels different. We're not just checking a list. This sounds like more work.
It is. The phrasal verb look into means to investigate something, to research a problem, or examine the cause of something.
So you would use this when there's a problem or a mystery.
Exactly. Something is broken, something is wrong, or something just doesn't make sense.
It implies that the answer isn't simple. Checking feels fast, like it takes 30 seconds. Looking into it feels like it could take 30 minutes or maybe even longer.
That's a great way to think about it. It shows you're taking the problem seriously. You're taking ownership of it.
Let's do an example from a work situation. Example A.
Okay. Imagine you work in IT support. A colleague says, every time I try to open the software, my computer crashes.
Oh, that's a real problem.
And you probably don't know the answer right away. So you say, that's not supposed to happen. I'll look into it and let you know what I find.
That would make me feel much better. It's reassuring.
And for example, B, in daily life.
Maybe something like a strange charge on a bill.
Perfect. You're at a restaurant, you get the bill, and it says you ordered 2 desserts, but you only had 1.
I would definitely ask the waiter about that.
And a good waiter will say, oh, I'm very sorry about that. I'll look into it right away and let you know.
Then they go talk to the kitchen or the manager to solve the problem.
Let's try a role play. For this one, I'm a student and you're my teacher. I'm having a technical issue.
Okay.
Professor, I can't log into the school website to see my grades.
That's strange. A few other students have mentioned that. I'll look into it and let you know if there's a problem with the system.
Thank you.
See, here, looking into it means I might have to call the IT department myself. It's real investigation.
Okay, role play 2. Let's say we're planning a vacation together.
Fun.
Why is this flight to Italy so expensive? Is it a holiday weekend?
I have no idea. That seems way too high. I'll look into it and let you know what I find out.
So here, look into it probably means doing some research online, checking different dates, and so on.
So what is the common mistake that people make with this phrase?
The big mistake is using it for very simple things that don't need an investigation.
Can you give me an example?
Sure, if I ask you, hey, what time is it? And you say, let me look into it.
That would sound really, really weird.
It would be ridiculous. It sounds like you're going to start a research project on the history of telling time.
Or if I ask, is it cold outside?
Right. Don't say, I'll look into it. Just look out the window. So save this phrase for actual problems or questions that need some brain power.
That makes sense. Okay, listener practice time. Imagine a client calls you. They're upset because they think there's a mistake on their bill. You need to sound calm and helpful.
Practice saying the phrase, I'll look into it and let you know.
Cool.
Perfect. You sound like a real problem solver.
And that brings us to mini quiz number 4.
Scenario. Your teacher asks you why your homework file won't open. You have no idea why. It worked perfectly fine on your computer.
You are definitely confused.
So the question is, what phrase works best to show that you will investigate this technical problem?
Let us know what you think in the comment section.
And now we have arrived at our 5th and final expression. This one is a little more advanced.
This one is, I'll circle back once I have more information.
I'll circle back once I have more information.
This one sounds very corporate.
It is. This is pure business English. You will hear this a lot in offices, especially in the US.
What does circle back actually mean, though? It's a strange image.
Think of a meeting like a path you are walking on. You come to a point where you can't move forward because you're missing some information.
Okay, like a roadblock.
Exactly. So you can't continue on that specific topic. You agree to walk around it for now, continue the meeting, and promise to come back to circle back to that exact point later on.
Ah, that's a very clear metaphor.
It is, and it's a piece of business jargon, an idiom. Using it correctly signals that you belong in that corporate world. It can sound quite sophisticated.
So where would we use this?
Definitely in meetings, boardrooms, strategy sessions, and it's also very common in formal emails with important clients or partners.
It's a kind of a status symbol in a way.
It can be, yes. It says, I understand we need this information and the process to get it is complex. It's not just a quick check.
Let's do example A. A big, important meeting.
The CEO asks, What's our marketing budget for next quarter?
And you can't just say, I don't know.
No. You say something like, the team is finalizing those numbers now. I will circle back with you once I have more information.
It sounds so in control, even when you don't have the answer.
It does. It politely stops further questions on that topic.
Okay, so what about example B? Is there an example for daily life?
Honestly, I would say no.
No, really.
If you use this with your friends or family, you're going to sound like a business robot.
I'm just imagining saying to my friend, I'll circle back with you about what time to meet for coffee.
Exactly. It sounds so unnatural. It creates distance. In business, that professional distance can be good. In your personal life, it's just weird.
That is a fantastic point.
Mhm.
Okay, let's do a role play in the right context. We're in a corporate meeting about a new product.
Got it.
So, do we have the final data from the customer survey yet?
The survey just closed yesterday. I need to analyze the results. I will circle back with the team once I have more information.
Okay, sounds good. Let's move on to the next agenda item then.
See, it was a perfect way to pause the conversation and move on without looking unprepared.
Now, let's try using it in a formal email. We're writing to a partner company.
Okay. Dear project partner, regarding your question about the shipment,
We are currently waiting for an update from our logistics team. We will circle back once we have more information.
it's perfect for writing. Very clear and very professional.
So the common mistake is all about context.
Yes. The biggest mistake is using circle back at a party or with your family.
I'll circle back to you about bringing the salad to the BBQ.
It's just terrible. Please don't do that. Keep this one for the office.
All right, time for our listeners to practice. This phrase is a little longer, so pay attention to the rhythm. I'll circle back once I have more information.
Try saying it with a serious, professional tone.
Yeah.
Excellent. You sound ready for the boardroom.
And now it's time for our very last quiz. Mini quiz number 5.
Here is the final scenario. You are at a family BBQ. Your uncle asks you to please get him a bottle of water.
He's thirsty.
The question is, should you say, I'll circle back with that water? Why or why not?
Is that a cool thing to say or a really strange thing to say? Tell us your opinion in the comments.
Wow. We have covered so much today. More than just phrases, really. We talked about psychology and deadlines and even corporate culture.
Let's do a very quick recap of the 5 expressions one last time.
Number 1, I'll get back to you. That's your neutral, safe phrase for almost any situation.
Number 2, let me check and I'll get back to you. The active phrase that shows you're being helpful.
Number 3, I'll follow up with you by tomorrow. The professional phrase that uses a deadline to reduce anxiety.
Number 4, I'll look into it and let you know. The detective's phrase for when you need to solve a problem.
And number 5, I'll circle back once I have more information. Your formal corporate phrase for the office.
And we also asked you 5 quiz questions throughout the episode.
That's right. About a dinner with a friend, a client's report, an email to your manager, a broken file, and a bottle of water.
Please take a moment and post your answers in the comments. We will be reading them personally.
Yes, we promise we will follow up with you in the comments section.
Very nice. And before we go, just one last reminder about the EFIC method.
You've listened to us once. Now, try to listen again maybe tomorrow while reading the script in the handout.
That's how you connect the sounds you hear with the words you see. It really helps the phrases stick in your memory.
Thank you so much for spending some of your time with us and learning English today.
We really hope you feel more confident for the next time someone asks you a question and you don't know the answer.
You have the tools now. You can buy yourself some time.
Please join us for the next episode of EPIC.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you next time.